Okay, so let's talk today about bright singing. Let's talk about beautiful singing, yeah? And something that I struggle with personally, so I thought this would be an interesting video. So another concept we talk about a lot in especially classical singing, but it actually applies to all forms of singing, is how to make the voice bright, how to make it forward, how to make it ringy, squillo, how to give it this beautiful overtone and have effortless extension to the top and in general, effortless production. We need to get the voice, the voice to live above here, yeah? Especially as American singers. Oh, we talk down here. I do it too. And like I said, this is something I struggle with personally. So, how to get a nice, like bright, forward, clear tone that is effortless and beautiful. It rings, it has color, people want to listen to it, it's pleasant to the ear. How to do that? You have to train. You have to train. And there are some techniques for this that I use personally, which I think are extremely helpful. And I would dare to say they work for anybody in any genre. Of course, I sing classical music, but you can sing popular music. So I'm working today on Man of La Mancha, and I'll demonstrate a little bit. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe. So this is a comfortable range of my voice, right? So it's not really testing me, but what am I showing there? I am present, even in my speaking voice, here. Hello, hi. This is a forward and open resonators here. Open, So we have a little bit of placement happening where I am consciously kind of activating up here. And I'm not in the nose like this. I'm kind of through the nose. And it's not just nose. Yeah, it's cheeks, it's eyes, it's brow. It's out here. To dream the impossible dream. And here's the big trick. So, or the big challenge. So, when when you're dealing with words, when you deal with words and you deal with the change of shape in the mouth, especially with lips, tongue, and jaw. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe. And if you notice how much movement happens here when I speak it, when you sing, that is your enemy in a big way. That will screw up your position and it'll diminish your quality. It'll make it feel heavy. It'll be much more uncooperative. You won't have the kind of freedom that you need. For certain kinds of singing, certain songs, you might not be tested enough to really notice the difference. But when you start singing more challenging music, when you really want to test your range and sing to the top, that's really going to hold you back. And so it's very worthwhile to start training. In this case, oh, this is so pretty. To dream the impossible dream. So what I do to train, if you're struggling with this, to dream the impossible dream, this is dropped, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow. And people who sing a lot of this kind of popular, American music, show tunes or whatever, they want to sing as they speak. And that can be effective. That can be effective dramatically. But I think you still need a little bit of craft in there. And so the trick is to train releasing this, Release the jaw. Try to relax your lips and your tongue. Tongue will work, by itself, but try not to do too much. So especially when we add words, we'll talk about exercises and all that to do scales or whatever to improve your vocal agility. But for right now, if we're going to sing a song, what do? To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow. Sorrow, even there I came off it a little bit, right? So this is a challenge, And you can do this. You can do this in all your practice and all your singing. you know, and everybody needs this, including me, yeah? In a big way, me, honestly, because I have a lot of, I think, natural, you know, tension here in the tongue and the larynx and the jaw and all this stuff because I want to control, you know, and that's a lot of us, honestly. So we need to consciously think about getting away from that, yeah? Because when you can anesthetize this a little bit, relax it, and release it, then you can start to send the voice. You can start to send that sound to a higher place, and it'll ring, it'll be bright and resonant and beautiful and free. And that's actually that's extremely important. I guess it's kind of obvious, but maybe it's not, I don't know. Anyway. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go. This is my quest, to follow that star. Anyway, I'm overwhelming my mic now. That's how that goes. So that's a little exercise you can try. So if we apply that to scales, let's say, just a 5-note scale. And what I do? What am I doing? I'm trying to release this. And I touch with hands, yeah, because that draws your attention more to this. You can really kind of dial into the sensation of like, oh yeah, we need to release this, because you can be activated here and not even realize it. So drawing hand or putting hands draws your attention to this area, and that's useful. Okay. So I like to do some notes, some different vowel sounds. So I start with E, A, Ah. 5 notes on E, Ah. Do this anywhere in your range, wherever is comfortable. For me, I do starting on C. E, E is hard. Oh my God. I'm even a little rough. E is hard because you want to it's almost the hardest in a way. You're kind of you're the most engaged with E. It's the most closed vowel. It goes from E to aw, I guess is probably the most open. Aw, ooh. That's a little closed too. But E is very frontal and the tongue is in a high position. E. And so because of that engagement of tongue, it's often easier to kind of engage too much. The tongue goes all the way down into your throat here, yeah? And so if that muscle is engaged, you're affecting kind of the vibratory quality of it. You really do affect the quality and the freedom of the voice, yeah? And ultimately, that's what we want. We want a free, beautiful sound that just kind of flows out of you, yeah? So we have to train. We have to train this away. And I like to do this, yeah? I like to... I do this in my own practice, yeah? Just kind of loosen it up. This is another trick. I do this kind of like fist thing. Kind of release this. I'm throwing all sorts of tricks here. I move fast. What can I say? But you need to kind of work out all these muscular kinks. Yeah. So let's do some exercises here. Yeah. Really trying to release here and let the voice go forward into this area. Ha, ha. I'm kind of sending it. Ha, ha, e, he. A little bit of H helps me to ha, ha. Remind me that it's the air that takes the sound. The air, hua, ha, takes the sound. Does that make sense? Do you hear what I mean? And so I check in with air to remind myself, air takes voice, yeah? You don't control sound here. Sound happens by engagement. Ha, onset, a little bit of onto the air which is already going, yeah? And it's very, very little muscles, yeah? Ha, ha. The other component of that, which I've spoken about in my other videos, or other video at this point, ha, is resonance, yeah? So like, where do you go? Where is the voice going? Ah! Sometimes it feels like it can just get away from you. So it's important to have some idea of placement, of direction, of tone. But let's just keep it simple. It goes out this way. Ha, ha. And we try to open our resonators and lift our soft palate, of course. But you know, if we're keeping it simple, just keep it bright and outward, yeah? Ha, he, and this is the same idea in classical music as it is in popular music. Everybody likes to belt. Ah, ah. Overwhelming the mic. Oh, yeah. Got to find my levels. But you get it. That's the idea. That's the direction of the voice. It's out here. Yeah? Can you see? Ha. It's kind of all up in here. Have I made that point clear enough? Probably too clear, right? But you always have to check in, yeah? Even I have to check in all the time, and I'm a professional singer, yeah? And like, you know, on the day-to-day, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, hey, you know? So you gotta, you have to find tricks. We develop tools, as my teacher said, tools. She was Russian too. So you have to use these tools to wake this up, yeah? We're not always awake here, you know? And that's true, especially for, I always say Americans, but you know what? It's probably true for a lot of other people, a lot of different cultures. But we in America, American English is not very bright. We don't, hey, ho, ha, 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 hey, how are you? You know, we don't speak this way, obviously. And in general, we don't really speak where we sing, exactly, a lot of us. Anyway, I'm talking too much, aren't I? Let's get back to some exercises. So what I do with hum, I'm warming this up, right? Everything lives in that buzz. Everything, every vowel, every word, every pitch, wah, all of it, from low to high. That's the beauty of this technique, excuse me. The beauty of this technique is that the approach up from the low to the high is exactly the same. Sensations will change, quality of resonance or placement of resonance will change, of course, but the idea is always the same. Resonance, try to release this, get the air underneath it. I do M, I do ha as well, yeah? Oh boy. Now that kind of sucked because I kind of ran out of air. So I think I'm getting a little bit tired here. I should probably take a break. But yeah, there you go. So hopefully that's that makes sense. I realize this is a lot of information, and I deliver it in a kind of quick manner because I like to show you a day in the life of a professional singer practicing and basically just killing time before rehearsal tonight. So, whoa. And so, you know, if you feel yourself getting tired, as I kind of do right now, because I practiced already a couple of hours today, too much time on my hands. You can always dial it back, yeah. So that's important. You know, we don't want to overdo. So here's another trick of the trade, another lesson. It's really easy to get enthusiastic and to go too far with this. So you know, check in with the hum. Touch here again. Keep in mind, or remind yourself that you're releasing this, yeah? It should be easy. It should be like this meditative kind of vibrational energy. Sometimes the best thing to do is to just not sing at all and to just relax and work on some breathing exercises. Let it go, and then when you're ready, let some easy sirens with a lip trill, with a that's lip trill, that's tongue trill, or no trill at all. And what's great about the falsetto, and girls have this too, or women, ladies, females, they have this too, where you, in the falsetto position, female voices have head voice, which is a little bit different than a man's falsetto, but it's similar, and it's accessed the same way. This effortless kind of stretch, and it works the muscles up here above the larynx called the cracothyroid, which are the muscles responsible for lengthening and stretching, which you really need in your connected full voice as well. So it's a very useful tool, and it's extremely low pressure. There's really no pressure in it, and it's very healthy to practice. So these are some tools for you. Hope that was helpful. Get in touch if you want to know more. Happy to share. All right.